Listen, you weren't really triggered by what happened. You were triggered by the meaning that you gave what happened. Let's talk about it. I'm Brittany. Hey, your manifesting mentor. I'm not a coach, I'm not a guru, but I'm a woman who walks the walk and who shares what works. It is so easy to say, this person triggered me. They're the reason that I feel this way. That's exactly why I reacted like that. But when you slow it down, you realize something deeper is happening. Your reaction didn't come from that moment. It came from the meaning that you assigned to that moment. The story that you're telling yourself, the things you're assuming about yourself and others, the interpretation. What are you making it mean? And what's funny is, most of the time, the meaning isn't even rooted in what's actually happening. It's rooted in what you believe is happening. And that belief is usually something that you've been carrying for a long time. Something your subconscious already accepted as true. So now when something even slightly resembles it, your body reacts as if it's facts. And this is where Neville Goddard's teachings really come in. Because he talks about assumptions, how what you assume to be true becomes your reality. So if you're walking into interactions already expecting disrespect, already expecting rejection, already expecting something to go wrong, you're not responding to the moment. You're responding to your assumption. And then you wonder why the interaction feels off, why the dynamic feels tense, or why something doesn't feel aligned. But no one else knows the meaning that you gave it. No one else knows the story that you're reacting from. They're just showing up as themselves. Meanwhile, you're reacting to something internal. And that's the part right there that we don't always take responsibility for. Because it's so much easier to say, they should have known. They could have done better. They should have understood. But the truth is, people are not mind readers. And neither are you. They don't know your triggers. They don't know your past. They don't know what you've internalized unless you communicate it. So instead of us checking the assumption that we're holding, we react. And now the dynamic reflects that. Because in any interaction, there's an exchange of energy, of meaning, of response. And when you bring a charged meaning to something, don't be surprised when you get something back that matches it. And I've had to be real with myself about this because I've seen how my own assumptions have shaped my experiences with other people. And not because they were intentionally doing something, but because I was interpreting the situation through an old lens. And once I started catching that, everything began to shift. And no, the change didn't happen overnight, but it was in those moments where I became aware and I was able to pause and ask myself, is what I'm assuming actually true? Or is it the story that I've just been repeating to myself? Is that actually happening? Or is it what I believe is happening? And that question alone can change everything. Because the moment you take responsibility for your reactions, you take control of your experiences. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is your reminder, and you got this.